Hello and welcome to Mindful Conversation with Dr. Dawood Vaid. It's been some time since we had this entire conversation on the online school. I get a lot of queries, perhaps one every 3 days. So there are almost like 2 or 3 inquiries every week because people are curious about this entire model of what an online school is. How is it different? Will my child socialize? Will I get admission? Is it recognized? XYZ. And then they ask me which online school is the best of all. There's so many questions from the boards to the fees to the schools itself. So first of all, let me address some of the common schools that we've got online, which is although online, but yet you don't classify them all in the same category. I'll give you a very relevant example. You see, today online shopping is a rage. Everybody does it. Yet, let's pick up one area of garments. There are multiple apps, multiple organizations that sells garments online. However, you have your chosen garment which you go. For example, Myntra is the most popular brand to go online for garment shopping. Zudio has an app, but you hardly would ever go to a Zudio app. Yet, you know, Amazon shopping for clothes is not as good as Myntra or Flipkart for that matter. There are same jeans, there are same cut sets available, but you know, if I have to go a little higher grade, I will probably go for Nykaa, which is different from Myntra. Perhaps your go-to app is Ajio, or maybe someone like me is Meesho, where product will come, it is cheap, ek baar to aa hi jayega. Suddenly I gave you 5 to 7 apps for the same pair of jeans that you wanted to buy from Myntra, Ajio, Meesho, Amazon, Flipkart, or some other brand, Nykaa and XYZ and so many of them. Why are they different? Because the niche audiences, their pricing points, their choice of garments is so different. Online schools fall in the same category. We have a lovely group of homeschoolers and they listed down almost 10 online schools that are prominent. These are from people's memory and I would just list of them. So there is an online school, the Class of One. Not too popular in my circle, but it's a popular school across. There is K8 and Birla Brainiacs. So a lot of students have gone to Birla Brainiacs and K8. There is Dreamtime Learning, Leena Ashar. She's someone you see her on a lot of stages, very brilliant educator, perhaps a wonderful school. There is 21K, which is led by Yashwant Rao, one of my go-to online school. I admire the work they do, and they are always there on LinkedIn. You see the work they do. There is Golden Sparrow Hub Schooling. Well, it's of course I'm biased because I'm part of it. My daughter finished her 10th and 12th in Golden Sparrow and the students are doing brilliant in colleges. Again, a school that is all across, especially creating a helpful community. There is Education Matters, which is led by Tanuja ma'am, and Amrita Masonic led by Jaspreet ma'am. Both brilliant educators and very inclusive schools. So the primary area of target students are someone who's on the spectrum, someone who needs help. Then they Stay Curious, which is doing a lot of project-based learning. There are so many online schools in this way. And the good part is our conversation today is not on should I go to online or not online, which ones are the ones I should go for. So we have done great to ourselves, pat on our back, we have reached level 1. Today, what I also wanted to do in this course of conversation with you is what are the parameters which you can decide which online school is good for you and which one would you like to skip it. So I have done 12 parameters to evaluate an online school. Now the beauty of online school is not geographically located, which is where you can go anywhere across pan-India, pan-globe. Yet each of them have some special inclination which will make you specifically go for those schools. Out of the 12 parameters, the first 4 are perhaps the most important and rigorously sought after. Number 1 is accreditation and recognition. Is this school recognized by a local body? So primarily the online schools fall into 2 major categories, right? Number 1 is schools which are Cambridge oriented. So they give the exams IGCSE and they have partnership with schools. So you go to a physical school, there are no online IGC exams, there are no board exams which are online. So please keep that in mind. So they will go to an IGCSE, Cambridge or Edexcel, and these are very good online schools. The British curriculum online school, as I call them. Then there are schools which follow the open schooling NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. I have got great results of students from both of them who have done very well. Does your school align with national curriculum or international curriculum, or as the online school allows itself the flexibility, is it an amalgamation of the two? So my first criteria to judge or determine an online school will be what board is it following, and that will be first one. Second criteria, even more, is the curriculum quality or rigor. Does it offer a well-rounded curriculum? Is it age appropriate? Does it align with the Common Core, the IGCSE, the CBSE? Or so now it is not just the choice of the board. Is it not just accreditation, the certificate that your school gives you, but also is the rigor there? Is the curriculum being imparted? Is the age appropriateness in the curriculum? This is a very, very essential call. I'll add one more line. Is it inclusive and diverse? Some schools are not meant to be inclusive. So for example, I know Education Matters. I know Amrita Bisonic has inclusivity, so the children from spectrum, ADHD, dyslexic can also join. Some schools say no, there is a special school for them. We will focus on a regular program because we aren't inclusive enough. In a class which is online, it will be difficult for me to meet students' demand of all ages, which is a fair call by a child. If a school says anybody is welcome and they don't give you the policy, there is a red flag out there. Be very clear, because schools aren't sure, they're just filling in. It's not a marketing technique. It's an honest feedback on school's speciality and the area of expertise. Now this brings me to third and even more important part. Who are the teachers? The qualification, the engagement of the teachers is very, very online. And now it's an online certification. The good part about online is it's very transparent. You can see the teachers. But the bad part is you can only see the teachers after the school, you have paid the fees and you get into it. So one of the most important things you should see is how flexible or how transparent the school is. In the sense, is the principal's name there? Is she there on some social media? Is he there on some social media? Are the founders reachable? So you should know, is there interaction? Is there a demo class that the school gives, which is like a week's demo class where you can come in and you can take the demo and then you can decide? That shows the trust of the school. That shows the school's solid foundation. Some may be an organized school, some may be a single person school. So you will need to focus on that. So with this three, I said first four are very valuable. Fourth is flexibility and personalization. Also, when I mean by flexibility and personalization is it asynchronous or synchronous? A lot of time, and remember, Byju's did not work because it was asynchronous. There is an online school which they claim, but the teachers have a pre-recorded class. I will not call them an online school. They are pre-recorded YouTube videos available. They are tutorials, they are coaching classes. You need a live teacher. Not a teacher who comes at the end of the day to solve problems, a teacher whom you can interact with. So this becomes very, very essential. So are there adaptive tools being used? Are there personalized lesson plans being used? So this becomes the core of my judging an online school. Just 12 parameters. I've given you the first four. Then the next four parameters, which I call student-led parameters, is how is the student support and mentorship? Do the school also have an academic director? The school have a counselor? School have some mentorship program? Does the school do webinars where you can invite and you can see the culture of the school? Are there annual days being done in the school? Are there teachers training program in a school? Please, anytime you look into school, go back and look, which is my point number 6 also, go back and look at the school's social media and the website. Is there a dormant website? Is the school transparent to put the fees on, to put the testimonials on? Very valuable. So 5 done. 6th one is what is this? Technological infrastructure and user experience. Is the school using any LMS? Is the school tied up with, say, a particular, a platform? For example, Golden Sparrow, a school I belong to, gives Google for Education as my primary model. That's a tie-up there. Some schools might use Zoom. Some schools might use Microsoft Teams. Some school might have their own proprietary system. You need to check that. Does the school have an app that you can reach out to? Is the school have created a WhatsApp group that you can ask questions to? Is there a helpline number you can reach out to? Part 1. Number 2, with so much of AI, is there interactive element in the school? Are there virtual labs? It's an online school that should not stop you from using Mentimeters and Kahoots and AI-driven assessments and gamification. So this becomes the half of our assessment parameter. 7th point, very valuable, is assessment and feedback system. How are the students assessed? Are there formative assessments? Are there exit tickets? Are there other summative assessments? Is the feedback timely and constructive? Does the school does PTMs? It is an online school, fair enough, but yet it has to have a system where parent and teacher can interact with each other. Very, very important. The schools, does it generate report cards? Will your report card be accepted if you go to a different town, a different school, a physical school? You need to ask these questions upfront to a school. Then point number 8 is something that I love doing, called extracurricular activities and skill development. Is your school beyond a particular program itself? For example, is your school using project-based learning, which Stay Curious does so well? Is your school doing something interactive? For example, Golden Sparrow did call a G20 summit, or an SDG program, Sustainable Development Program, where the US Embassy called them, or 21K takes the school on tours across, physical tours. So much amazing thing that I hear about some of the schools that I really admire and I promote. Is your school having a club for arts, competitions, journal, sports? There are online schools which are doing sports also. Is there coding facility available, entrepreneurship, life skill program? So you must make sure. You see, online school are a new age school. There is enough opportunity for interaction, skill development. Your student will not be isolated or an introvert. Online school allows you that freedom. Number 9, so now I go to the last 4 point, is a question every paying parent asks: affordability and value for money. What's the fee structure of a school? A school can charge anywhere between 30,000 for a pre-primary to 2 lakh rupees for the entire year. Depending on your choice of board, depending on the school's reputation and the value it gives, the school can decide to charge. Some of you may say 2 lakh for an online school, fair enough. There are schools which are ranging between 60 to 80,000 rupees for grade 10 and 12. IGCSE is little more expensive. NIS is giving a lot of options but a little cheaper. You need to choose the school that fits your budget. Also, schools offer scholarships, financial aids and installment plan. You need to ask the school, as most of the agreement will be. Number 10 is parent involvement and communication. What is school doing to communicate with the parent? I spoke about PTMs. Are school doing regular PTMs? Are the school doing webinars? Check the school. How many open webinars are there? Go on a YouTube and write down the founder's name of the school. You should know who the founder of the school is. You should know who started the school with. School should not be a brand where you can't reach out to them. It is the vision of somebody. I'm sure those people are talking to you right now as the schools are opening up. You see, as I said, online school is across the world, yet a Spanish school will not work in an Indian context. A school which is completely focusing on coding will not work. I don't want a white hat junior school where I'm expecting them to teach them English language. It's a different perspective. So parent meetings are valuable. Parent councils are important. Our parents being updated through some means are very, very important. Final 2, and there's so many parameters I can think of. I sought out 11. Number 11th one is college and career readiness. Are the school offering you programs which can take them forward? Are the school having counselors and academic trainers coming in? And are the school building an internship? Are guests coming into schools? You see, an online school is blessed, but they need to be hardworking. A school, I believe, online school should be guilty if they don't bring a guest from across the world. Well, you have the whole world on your plate. Are the school bringing those exchange training programs, teachers from abroad, students from interactive states, some guests coming in, Padma Shris coming in, and great sports people coming in? Online schools can do that. And finally, what's the students' outcome and the reviews? Check the testimonials. Are students who have graduated, is the school a fly-by-night or too young to even be classified, or schools who have left? Most of the schools online world are 5 years old. So a school should minimum be half a decade old, so you get some testimonials. Where are the ex-students? Where are the students who finished the 10th? How many students have finished the 10th and 12th? What is the success rate? Have anybody attempted NEET from your online school? Have anyone gone to an IBDP from your online school? Have anybody gone, studied abroad, or engineering students? So these are the criteria that makes a great online school. I rated some of them, I named some of them, and trust me, they're not good or bad school. It is what you prefer. That is what a school becomes. I'll review the entire, pointers. All pointers. I'll write it down right from the first part, which is your accreditation, curriculum, qualified teachers, flexibility and personalization, student support, technological infrastructure, assessment and feedback, extracurricular and skill development, value for money, parental involvement, college readiness, and student review. I hope it gives you some parameter to judge an online school. Go check them yourself. Good luck. All the best. Thank you.